Stop scrolling for a moment. Just breathe. You are not a free person. You are a digital prisoner. Your mind isn't a tool. It's a frantic battlefield. We live in the age of abundance, yet we suffer from the scarcity of focus. The great tragedy of our time is that we mistake busyness for meaning and multitasking for productivity. Every time your phone vibrates, every time you glance at the future to worry or the past to regret, a thief enters the room and steals the only thing you truly own, your present moment. This is the story of Elias, an architect who had everything but the blueprint for his own mind. He was about to learn that true mastery isn't about building towers, it's about becoming the architect of attention. Elias was a star architect. He designed billion-dollar skyscrapers. He could manage teams across continents. But he couldn't manage the 30 seconds between waking up and reaching for his phone. He was perpetually waiting for the next big thing, the next promotion, the next vacation, the next validation. And in the waiting, he lost the now. Driven to the edge of burnout, he abandoned a major project and sought out a legendary figure in remote Tibet. Yogi Kailan, known not for his miracles, but for his absolute and unshakable stillness. Elias didn't want peace. He wanted a weapon against distraction. Tired but intense, Elias pleaded, "Yogi, I need a strategy. My attention is a sieve. My thoughts are my enemies. Tell me the technique. Tell me the mantra. How do I build a wall against the constant demands of the world?" The yogi, with deep and knowing eyes, replied gently, "The world's demands are merely echoes, Elias. Your agreement to listen is the volume control. You want a wall? I will give you a bridge." The trial was simple in concept, terrifying in execution. Elias had to walk from one side of a water-filled basin to the other, across a path of slippery, unstable river stones, without falling. The yogi called it the unstable bridge. If Elias hesitated, if he shifted his weight too quickly, if he lost balance for even a second, he would plunge into the icy water. But the yogi added the real complication. He snapped his fingers, and two novices appeared. One held a smartphone flashing a non-stop, distracting video. The second held a large, polished metal plate, striking it softly with a mallet, creating a continuous, irritating ding, ding, ding sound. The phone was the lure of the future, the promise of more stimulation, more reward, more distraction. The ringing mallet was the echo of the past, the mental review, the internal argument, the self-criticism. Elias's task was not just to walk. His task was to keep his center of gravity rooted in the single stone beneath his foot, while his attention was being violently pulled away by the sirens of digital life. Elias starts the walk. He successfully takes 2 steps. Then the phone's video becomes particularly engaging. Elias glances at it, trying to catch the score. His foot slips. He falls into the cold water. Soaking wet and shivering, he cried out, "It's impossible. How can I concentrate on the 2 square inches beneath my foot when my mind is trying to process 1,000 signals? The world won't stop ringing, Yogi." The yogi looked down, his voice quiet but firm. "The world's sound is external, Elias. The true weight that sank you was internal. You didn't fall because of the phone or the bell. You fell because you placed the weight of the 3rd stone, the future worry, and the 1st stone, the past mistake, onto the 2nd stone, the present step. You cannot build the next step if you are still living on the previous one. The mind that tries to multitask always fails at the primary task." Elias climbs out, soaked but resolute. He closes his eyes and takes a series of slow, deep breaths. He starts again. This time, he doesn't look up at the novices. He doesn't flinch at the bell. His movement is slow, precise, intentional. He visually isolates the single stone under his foot, making the rest of the world blur. The sounds are still there, but they become mere background hums. He reaches the center point, then the far side. He steps onto solid ground, completely still, eyes closed. What changed? Elias had finally realized the fundamental truth. You are not what you think. You are what you choose to focus on. He didn't fight the distractions. He starved them. He refused to give the external noise the oxygen of his internal agreement. By placing his entire being, his breath, his weight, his vision, onto the single stone beneath his foot. He found his center of gravity. And when you find your center, the chaos of the periphery loses all its power. He finally became